Good morning. I got out here early-ish, and I did a thing. That, in case you haven't seen the reel, is the rear main. There's the top of it, there's the bottom of it. This means we can finally start assembly, like actual assembly. So let me show you. This is where your rear main seal rides. There's the channel for it. I've already hit this with WD-40 and a brass brush to clean that up as much as possible. I've been going at it for about an hour now. That is stained. It does not catch my fingernail. I mean, it's a little rough, but it's because it was a rope seal and it caught moisture. But there's nothing I can do about that. I mean, maybe I could hit it with some emery cloth, but it should be good enough for what we're doing. Bear with me a little bit. I've not had breakfast yet. I'm gonna go up to the house, I'm gonna have breakfast. And then I'll come back down, put the seal in, and we'll go from there. Alrighty, everybody. Got the rear main installed. Got the cap torque spec, 120 foot-pounds for those curious. A little bit different than the other four. Got the oil pump drive shaft back installed. About to put the bolts in and torque the pump to spec. I figured out what that gray stuff is on that pump. It's the zinc. Because remember how the old oils, they had zinc in them for the flat tappet cams, and then there was a big to-do lately about them pulling it out. Well, it's just falling out of suspension. It's just sitting there. So, but time to do that, get this cleaned up, and get our wonderful oil pan on. Look at that. Oil pan looks pretty good on there. Got a couple bolts to get. The old motor used studs on 4 of the bolts. This one needs 4 larger half-inch bolts, or 7/16 or whatever. Got the harmonic balancer put on there. Got to get a socket for the nut. Got the carb off so I can swap the bracket. Gotta grab my spark plugs. I don't know what I'm gonna do this evening because it rained and the sun came out and I was broiling the shop, so I'm broiling. It is. I'm dying out here. All right, it is the next morning. I went and I got bolts because the stud versus bolt issue on the pan. I got the right socket for the harmonic balancer, and I found my spark plugs I bought like a year and a half ago. But let's get all that installed, hook this thing up to the crane, drag it up to the well, and see if we can't wash the last little bit of grease and grime off this thing so we can start throwing a little bit of paint on it later. And then we'll be done with the motor. Then it'll be on to the transmission. So I forgot to lock the crank, but she did make compression noises, so that's good. That should work. Okay, so you remember when I said things were going to get easier without a budget? It kind of means you get to cut corners, or, you know, just do things the fastest, cheapest way possible. Say this guy right here, this is the dipstick tube out of the 307. It has a hole in it. the starter wires were loose and it arced on it, okay? I can't use the ones off of the 350 because, or the one, because it broke. Straight up, it just straight up broke. Like, it's so rusted. So, this is a piece of fuel line that I've cut and opened up, and I'm literally just going to take it, stick it over it, and then I'm going to use a hose clamp. Voila, it's fixed. No oil's getting out, if for some reason there would be, but no water is going to get in, and that's going to be pretty important here in a few minutes, hopefully. And for future reference, Chinese hose clamps are metric, so it's probably going to end up being 6mm like this guy right here. But look at that. It ain't pretty, but it works. I have been off pillaging. I will say it's not much better down in the basement. It's a little cooler, but man, it is. It's kind of bad. I ain't gonna lie. This humidity is gonna be a killer, and it's probably gonna cut my time out here short. But let's see what I got. Well, you saw the chains. Gotta need that for moving the motor. Got some bolts for the chains. Luckily Ford and GM apparently have the same size exhaust bolt size. Let's see, we got this timing cover bolt. We got another timing cover bolt. I got a fuel pump bolt. Fuel pump nut. This is important. Snagged the fuel pump off of the parts motor, not the other motor. Yes, I have two 307s. So this one's going to be a good placeholder while I paint the motor. And check these guys out. These are off of the other 307 that I have. Delta 88 Olds. There's no year on it. They claimed it was a 403. It's not. I ran the numbers. If it is a 403, I'll be pissed. But I mean, everything to me says it's a 307. So we're gonna stick with the fact that it's possibly. I'm 99.987% sure it's a 307 because I ran the numbers, but that was like 5 years ago. I'll run them again, but not today. Today we're doing 350, and if the 350 turns out to be crap, then we'll look at that motor. But these are just going to get tossed on there to clean the motor. I might paint these. They might clean up. I don't know. Is that rust? Rust, dirt. We'll paint them. Something I find odd is the 307s have 5 valve cover bolts, and the 350s, which are older, admittedly, they have a lot more. And I'm glad that these are fitting because I got smaller bolts. I got these little guys. I don't know if you can see them. They're 3/4 inch, I think. And the factory bolts are somewhere between 3/4 and a half. I don't know. Look, there's one. Well, I just learned something. The balancer on the 350 is different than the 307, or something to do with the mounting holes is different, because this our timing will not, you know what I mean, the timing gauge mark guy thing will not line up. It hits the balancer, so that's fun. I don't know where I have the one for this engine. I might have to buy one. There goes the budget, if I can't find it. Well, this is extremely dumb. Here's the speedometer drive gear out of the Delta 88's transmission. Here's the retainer that I just broke getting it out, because apparently plastic gets brittle with age. Hello, Janice. Yes, I see you, sweetheart. I'm not gonna bother you, I promise. I'm just gonna wash an engine. Alrighty, it is finally time. I'm not gonna film this. You all know what washing an engine looks like. Alright, I got the motor cleaned after like dodging multiple rainstorms. Did not get the transmission cleaned, didn't get these brackets cleaned. But damn it, it is Sunday night, it is almost 10 o'clock. I am painting this motor. That is what is happening. I am painting this motor. I'm still waiting on a few spots to dry. But dang it, let's get some color on this thing. Could you not? I'm gonna have to go shut that off. I guess the spark plugs just get to be whatever they're gonna be. Because I'll tape them off. Oh, that's looking good. Behold, I like gold. Oh, wait. Hey, like that, huh? That was a pretty nifty trick. But look at that. Oh, man, that looks so good. I kind of ran out of paint for the valve covers, so I guess I'm just going to go grab the black ones off the other motor. But that's going to do it for me this weekend. It is time for bed and another shower because I'm already sweating again. So, stay tuned.